and welcome back to Knitting Nicely. I'm Danielle Chauvet, your knitting coach. In this video, we're going to learn how to make a nice finished look to your I-cord edging by grafting the two ends together. I'm using my Gracie B blanket pattern as an example. If you'd like to make this blanket, you can find a link to it in the description box. Okay, so now we have come all the way around our blanket with our I-cord, and we only have one stitch left here to go through. So I'm going to do that. I've already cut my yarn. I've cut it to be about I would say probably 20 inches of yarn for a tail. So now I'm going to do my last I-cord row. So I'm going to knit the first 3 stitches. One, two, whoa. There we go. And 3, and slip that stitch, yarn over, and go through the little V, pick up a stitch, put these 2 stitches over the top. Okay, and now I'm ready to finish off, and the way we do that is we're going to Kitchener these stitches to these stitches. We're going to graft them so that it looks like it's just one continuous I-cord going around the entire blanket. So the way we do that is we're going to put our tapestry needle, put our yarn onto our tapestry needle, and then we're going to look carefully at these stitches. I'm going to go in through this first stitch as if to knit, through the front to the back as if to knit, and pull the yarn all the way through. Give yourself a little bit more there. Okay, all the way through. Then you need to find the stitch on this side of your I-cord where you started and find that first V. So that first V is right here. See these V's? V, V. So the first one is right here. We're going to go through both sides of that V. There's the first side of the V. And get your needle in there. Second side of the V. Okay? See that? 2 sides of the V. And go through, all the way through with your yarn. Okay. And then you're going to come back over here and purl. Well, put your yarn needle through and purlwise and pull off that stitch. And then pull your yarn all the way through. Okay? Now you're going to go through the next stitch purlwise and pull it all the way through. Come back over to the beginning I-cord, find the next V. So this is the first V we went through. Here's the next row of V's. So I'm going to go through both sides of that next V and pull my yarn all the way through. Come back to the front here and go through knitwise and off. Then purlwise, don't take that stitch off, and slide your yarn all the way through. Then come back to the back, find the next row of V's. I guess it's a column more than a row. And go through both sides of the V. 1, 2, both sides, and pull your yarn all the way through. Now, as you can see, the stitches we've already done, looks like one continuous column of stitches. Okay. Now come back to your needle and go knitwise and off, and then purlwise, don't slip it off. There we go. And then careful of this stitch, don't let it fall off your double pointed needle. It's gonna wanna slip off. Okay, now you need to find, make sure your yarn goes around this side of your needle. Okay, now you need to find the last column of V's. So move that over a little bit, and you're gonna go through this little guy. This column of V's is your last column. And go through there. And then put your yarn around this way from your needle. And you're going to go knitwise and all the way off. Okay. Now, sometimes it gets a little bit messy here, so what you can do is you take the tip of your tapestry needle and kind of work those stitches around. Some of my stitches are a little bit loose, so I'm going to tighten them a little bit so it looks like a nice smooth join. Just kind of go through and tighten them. Just kind of work them around so that you've got a nice smooth joining between the two, the beginning and your ending. Okay, and then with this, you're going to go back through and down to the back of your work. That. And then, since this I-cord is just basically a tube, you can you can actually weave all of your ends into that tube and they kind of just disappear. So go through the tube, just make sure that you go actually through the middle of that tube so it's not showing on either side. Go all the way through, just a few inches. That. Don't pull it too tight. And then to anchor it, you're going to go back through it. Okay, so I came out here and I'm going to go back through it in the next stitch down. See that? I came out here, next stitch down, go back through it in the opposite direction. Okay, and it just disappears right into there, and then you can just cut your yarn close to your work. There we go, and you can do that with all of your ends. Just slip them right into the middle of that I-cord, all the way around your blanket. And then you're done. And then all you have left is blocking. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy Knitting Nicely's videos, please hit the like button and be sure to subscribe to get updates on all of my new videos. Happy knitting!